r/ask Reddit. Couples who have moved in together. What surprised you most about living with a male female? I thought if I ever moved in with a girl, I'd have to be way less of a slob. Turns out I'm the neat freak in this relationship. How different our versions of clean are. Yes, my husband is far cleaner than I am. I'm totally fine with a mess. It's something we're still working on after living with each other for 12 years. My wife and I are weird. She can't stand clutter, but things can be gross. I'm fine with clutter, but gross things must be bleached to death. It actually works out though. She picks up my clutter, and I scrub the most disgusting stuff. That your partner may follow you around the house, just because. I have never observed my wife put a bobby pin in her hair. I have found thousands of bobby pins in our house. I built a sunroom out of bobby pins and elastic hairbands. The new extra carport is coming along nicely. How often I'd be helping her find her car keys. Eventually, I put up a hook that I was able to get her in the habit of using. Made me tear up a little at the time. But a couple weeks after we split, I remember getting a text from her that said, "I miss being able to find my keys." The hair. Man, it gets everywhere. RIP the shower drain. For me, how subtle the need for alone time crept up on me. I wasn't unhappy in the slightest and moving in was natural, but over time I felt myself becoming irritable, and it turned out that I tend to get that way when I don't have time to myself. Because I went from being alone in my room after work in my parents' house to being around my so pretty much every minute I'm not at work or driving. So I found myself with someone almost 24/7. And it took a toll. Thankfully, once I recognized that, it was easier to manage. What do you do to manage it? I'm worried about this in future relationships without saying leave Emmy alone. She's good at playing Tetris and very organized. I was living with my parents since I traveled for work and only made it home 1 or 2 weekends a month. She moved in with me at my parents' house. We had one room to store stuff. My bedroom. We bought things we'd need when we moved out when we saw a deal too good to pass up, and she stored them. I realized she was good when we had to make 4 trips to get all our stuff out. 4 trips. This girl had boxes inside boxes inside boxes. She utilized every inch available in our room to stack items. We just bought a house and still have some boxes left to unpack. I will call her at work and say something like, "Hey, do you remember that blue paperclip I like to use? I can't find it." She will tell me which room, which box, what container, and what is beside it, just in case I still can't find it. I always knew women went through TP faster than men, but I never knew how much faster they did. It got to the point I'd just grab a pack of TP whenever I went to the store for any reason. We may not be out at home, but we will be soon, I reckoned, and I was never wrong about that. Learning that there's a wrong way to fold towels apparently. My wife has really long beautiful hair. I was not prepared to find that all in my butt and crotch regions as often as I do. I could never be prepared to have one stuck in my ass and have to pull it out like some mangy dog. I've never felt more violated or unclean than when I felt those hairs basically floss my lower GI tract. Somehow I swallowed a few, and passing them is a really disgusting feeling. She has told me that hasn't happened to her too, which makes it weirder. The true shock for me was the sheer amount of time my husband spends in the lavatory. She works from home, but the television never leaves. Bravo. I leave for work. Bravo. Come home. Bravo. Go on the elliptical. Bravo. 24 ducking hours of these catty women, and sometimes men, yelling at each other. Bravo. Always being on is like the only thing we fight about, which is probably a good thing, but Jesus Christ. Always with the bravo. Even when I entertain her and say, "What show is this?" "Oh, Southern Charm." "I don't really watch that show." Well, guess what? I've seen 50 episodes of Southern Charm passively when I come home, and I know you've done 20x that. Goddamn it, I hate Bravo. I'm getting a divorce. I was told that we would start arguing and being miserable. It ended up feeling like a super awesome constant sleepover. Don't let people scare you into not moving in with a significant other if that is what you both want. I remember moving into my first share house and there was a couple living there. One day we were all in the kitchen and she spilled some rice. I had never been in a relationship yet and my immediate reaction was, oh shit, here comes the anger, yelling and heated arguing. Instead they laughed and cleaned up together. It was eye-opening to see that normal people don't explode into argument over little things. A lot of it's been mentioned. Bobby pins everywhere. Were everywhere. She was not a clean person. I did the cleaning. But one thing that hasn't been mentioned is just the sheer amount accessories that she had. Tons of makeup and beauty products. A vanity full of it. Plus more. Lots of clothes. Tons of clothes she didn't wear. I need to get bobby pins. Out. No you're not. Go to literally any spot of the house and look down. The clothes thing bothers me more than anything tbh. The whole closet is her clothes. All but one drawer of the dresser is her clothes. Her favorite thing to wear? My shirts. My first roommate was a girl. She was the slobbiest person I've ever met. She had been a co-worker for ages and was always neat at work. It was stunning. Her bedroom was just piles of clothes. The living room was clothes and jackets everywhere. Half-drank cups of water, you name it. I loved living with her. It was a very comfy mess. My wife is quite a bit more of a neat freak and has a cute little temper. Sometimes I wanna live like Shirley and Frank. I had that for a year. I always thought of women as tidy and organized. That was until I moved in with one. I swear I spend 20 minutes a day helping her tidy up the mess she creates in the first hour every morning. Then another 10 minutes every day searching for brushes, hairbands, makeup, clothes, etc. No matter how long you've been together or have known each other, you truly don't know the person. I still love my husband dearly, but I wish he knew what the laundry hamper is. My husband knows what one is. It's the thing right next to his pile of dirty clothes. He peed in the sink. That's all. We haven't moved in together, and my boyfriend has his own place. It's sterile. It only has the furniture he needs and nothing else. I bought him a little plant, but it gets lost in the vast emptiness. In contrast, my house is full of soft things and it just feels more like a home than a long-term hotel. Moving in together would be interesting if he wasn't so wonderfully nice. Bobby pins. There were bobby pins everywhere. On the TV stand, in the couch cushions, under the bed, on the windowsill, in the fridge. You couldn't turn your head without seeing 15 of those things. Those in the black elastic hair ties, like, WTF, do these things multiply overnight? I find those fkers everywhere. If you and your partner are in different rooms, one of them will randomly decide to just check in by opening the door, smile and then going back to their separate room. The audacity. No, but real answer is how loud he needs things to be. Every song, movie, whatever has to be heard from 3 rooms over. Apparently the cat I raised since she was a kitten and loved more than life itself is more than willing to abandon me and love someone else much more in a blink of an eye. How much I actually talk to myself. I never had any roommates, aside from one for like the first 2 weeks in college before I got moved to a single room. So I was used to just talking to myself out loud like nothing. After we moved in together and she kept asking, who are you talking to, and did you say something? I realized that I actually talk to myself quite a bit. I didn't realize that I'll just say things out loud that humor me or I find interesting. Like driving down the road and I see a funny license plate. I'll just say it out loud. My so started laughing and asked why I was saying like one-word phrases randomly. I asked my brother about it and he was like, yeah, you've always done that. How messy women can be. I mean, there's hair everywhere. The sink looks like a disaster area after she cleans her face at night. Every time she gets water, she gets a new cup and leaves the old one out, not in the sink with other dishes. Her shower has like 27 old bottles of shampoo with a dad amount left in each. There are ponytail holders all over the house. I think the cat shit one out this morning, but she makes the bed every morning, so I guess it's alright. That one day they will eventually forget to flush a big dump, not check to see if a flushed one went down completely, and that one day, you'll find it and things change forever. Everything went extremely smooth with my girlfriend and I attest that to having almost equal levels of cleanliness standards. I see a lot of people commenting on that and I feel very blessed that hasn't been an issue in my life. Don't know how I got so lucky with that, but what surprises me and what I fail to understand is the vast amount of time she spends getting ready. I try to understand, but I just don't. She looks beautiful all of the time, but spends an hour and a half to 2 hours before going out making herself look nice. She looks incredible when she's done, of course, but the whole process stresses her out, and she has quoted it as a reason why she doesn't want to go out sometimes. Even during little outings with friends, she spends the same amount of time getting ready. I'm a numbers type person. That would be just too many of my seconds spent on this earth looking nice for other people I'm not trying to physically attract. I don't press her about it because she has said it's just something she needs to do. The amount of toilet paper she goes through. Okay, I am a female and I'm gonna explain something. The reason I go through so much TP. Firstly, I wrap my tampons in TP when I'm done cause nobody needs to look over and see that nightmare in the garbage while they're using the can. Secondly, we wipe when we pee, when we poop, and Jesus Christ, wiping when you're on your period and pooping is a ducking nightmare. So yeah, I go through a lot of TP. It happens. Those hat things girls make with towels after a shower. Their hair goes in the middle of it. Who knew? I will never understand the guys who didn't know that our hair is in the middle. My hair is close to my hips, and one day my boyfriend tried to snag the towel turban off my head and was stunned that there was hair in there, and that it hurt. He doesn't take the initiative to kill the creepy crawlies that waywardly stray into our apartment. If he sees a house centipede, he looks at it, then promptly turns tail and walks away. Won't even tell me the damn thing is there. I'm a girl who grew up having to call dad to kill spiders and bugs and shit, so it's weird that I now have to be the one to viciously murder every insect who comes inside. My husband kills them and then leaves them there. I've had to ask him to please remove the spider corpses. How many cups accumulate in our bedroom? It's extremely gross. Going from having 2 pillows on the bed to like 15 or 20 seriously takes like 5 minutes just to throw all the decorative pillows out of the way before climbing into bed. Going from a bottle of shampoo and a bar of soap in the shower to bottles upon bottles of cream rinses and conditioners and even a big old Luftwaffe sponge hanging in the shower. And forget about ever seeing the top of the bathroom vanity again. And then the knickknacks spread all over the place. Useless stuff that seemingly serves no other purpose than to give you more things to have to dust. It's actually really hard to effectively shower with another person. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.